Hello, thanks for stopping by. First, I'd like to apologize. I'm fighting a little bit of some allergies, so my voice is a little different. Today is also going to be a different video because I'm walking through kind of a show through of blank layouts, and I mean blank in the sense of they don't have photos, journaling. Some of them have embellishments that you just have to pop photos on. Some of them are just kind of base pages with papers cut and put down. But these are layouts that through the course of my moving and reorganizing my studio, well, I shouldn't say reorganizing, actually moving into my studio, have been uncovered. So I'm just walking through these layouts. The purpose for me is to get a sense of what layouts I have, what papers have been used, what colors are available. I've been on a journey with, again, moving. I found things that I didn't know that I had, boxes of photos and photos in weird places, and I've gathered most of those together. I still actually found some yesterday, and I've sorted them, using a system that I saw a gal kind of do something similar online, and her system is called POP, Progress on Projects, I believe. And I took a piece of paper and folded it into a little mini folder. And this little mini folder has a section on it so you can write kind of what the photos are. And she went through when she was deciding which photos are layout worthy and all that. I just sorted the photos, so I didn't make a decision if they were layout worthy or if I would want them or if they needed to be something else. I just gathered like activity photos together. So I had a box that had a whole bunch of photos from when I was in high school, and so I separated those all out between junior prom and senior prom. And not that I went to junior prom, but I have photos from junior prom from my friends, and photos from when I was in college and with friends there. And so those all went into individual folders. And then I also have photos from when our family took a trip to go see my uncle, and we did that multiple times. So I have multiple paper folders of those photos so that I can have everything kind of together. Well, also in our journeys in life, I have collected memorabilia, ticket stubs, playbooks from shows that we saw, and so I have totes of memorabilia as well. So I've sorted the photos. I found more in my memorabilia totes. I'm now sorting my memorabilia and making lists of what I have. So the next step for me in this process is to put the photos with the memorabilia, if there is any, onto layouts. And I'm going to start with these already done layouts and just see where I end up. And so this is kind of a way for me to see what color combinations are out there, familiarize myself, just as I have with the memorabilia and the photos. Now I'm looking at the layouts. This is an old layout that I did for kind of school themed, so I know I'll have photos that can go on here. And the nice thing about having these layouts done is, even though some of them have, oh, here's a spot for a photo, here's a spot for a photo, and my photos may not match the number of slots that are available, I can add flip-flaps, I can add center pocket pages, I can, if I have fewer photos but that it works really well with the colors or the embellishments that are on a particular kit, I can create a 4x6 journaling spot or tell more of a story. A lot of the photos that I'm finding, and a lot of the memorabilia, even if I don't have a photo to go with it, there's always a story that goes with it. And sometimes that's a one sentence story, and sometimes that's a much longer story. So I'm looking forward to starting this journey of getting my scrapbook albums together, getting my photos and memorabilias onto pages, getting those into albums. I'm really, for the first time, excited. I was doing all chronological scrapbooking, and now I feel like I have more freedom because I'm going to sort things more into themes. Like I have a whole section of my photos of trips that we've taken, because thinking about how would I, if somebody said, hey, do you remember when we went to this place with so and so and did such and such? Well, I'm going to go look in my trips folder, or if they're really good, like friends that are family, or they are family, I'm going to have an album that's just all family kind of things. So I've gone back through my layouts that are done and actually started sorting those into the same categories. So all of our many Disney adventures throughout our years will be in one album. And all of our trips to local farms to see sheep or to see cows, or even on a field trip when the school went to a local farm, I think all of those will be together. So this is something that I'm excited about and really looking forward to this journey. I've jumped in with both feet and I began the process, so that's where we're at. And looking at these layouts, some of them were you cut all the papers and put together 21 layouts using all the cuts that you did. And those were kind of fun, and that's what this particular layout is with the purples and greens. So there's a lot of open real estate to really play with photos and things and see what I can do. A couple of the sets that have the multi-pages, and I have 2 sets of the blue and green miracle papers, so I have over 40 single pages, and I think I might take those, and I found a box of photos from when my mom was a child, and I think I'm gonna kind of use that as my jumping off point for a lot of the black and white photos that I have from her. And I'll probably add some other color photos in, or other colored paper layouts in, but I think the blue and green miracle layouts will be a good start for that. So these are just fun. It's funny going back and looking at the paper. Some of the paper I don't even remember doing, and I have these layouts because I taught classes on workshops for people, and I just didn't always have the photos. And here we did random stamping, which I love, and I think that turned out really well. And I'm glad that I didn't use the backside with the gray on it. I think the without the gray is better. And this was paper that I was part of a challenge at a weekend crop, and if you got selected, you got the same paper as everybody else, and then you created a layout for it. This is from a different crop that I won. This is the winning layout. I didn't win with the first one you saw, but I won several different times, so I can't win them all, and I'm okay with that. These are just fun, kind of going back down memory lane and seeing how I've changed, or how scrapbooking in itself has changed really in a reasonably short time. I know some of these are 10-year-old papers, but for the most part, some of them are 4 and 5 years old. So it's kind of fun to see. You can also tell that I like my Cricut. A lot of the cuts and embellishments that you see are Cricut cuts. I'm trying to remember the name of this paper and I can't. Oh, the Rick Rack ribbon. That was from like 15 years ago. So these are fun. This will be fun. I think it's kind of interesting that the paper and the style is a little bit older as far as what scrapbooking styles are today. But I think with the photos that I found that are 20 and 25 years, or in the case of my mom, 60 plus years and older, I think it'll work. Twitter pated this paper here. This was one of the first workshops, or in fact, the first workshop that Close to My Heart put out. And our group got together. They all came over to the farmhouse, and we put together a Twitter painted workshop. That was fun. I remember it was a learning curve, and it was set up a little different than how I did things. And so it was interesting. And now I absolutely love the workshops on the go, and I could go back and redo. Like I could go grab the Twitter painted workshop guide and grab new papers, not Twitter painted papers, and cut them all over again. And I think that would be fun to do. Oh, here's another page from a contest. And you could only use what they were what you were given. You couldn't add anything but I think solid cardstock. So that was kind of fun. I can't remember the name of that. Oh, Dottie for You, maybe? It's one of my favorite paper packs. In fact, some of my gals know that it was one of my favorite. It was a campaign that if you spent so much, you got it for a really good deal. It might have even been free. And then some people got multiple papers packs, and I used all of mine, and a gal sent me or gave me a whole pack of this paper, and I still have it. I'm kind of hoarding it because it brings me joy. I'll have to maybe go grab a old workshop and cut it apart because there's a lot of papers in Dottie for You. And here's some of the old, I think this was frosted or maybe Oh Dear papers. Wanderlust. Wow. Kind of fun, kind of interesting how times change, but it's good to see all this. I actually have some photos that I've seen that I sorted that I'm thinking, oh, I should pull this set of photos from a swim meet and put them with this. Oh, Angry Birds. So we had a big Angry Bird competition in our house. We all kind of liked playing it. And a friend made these pages for me. So I don't know what photos I have. I haven't printed any photos since March of 2013. They're all organized on the computer. I just haven't edited them. I like to edit so that I can have different sizes of, 3x4s and 4x6s and 2x3s. And so my goal right now is to go through the photos that I do have printed and the ones I found, and then I can go back and revisit the March 2013 and beyond. And I'm just catching up where I had left off and missed some layouts. Some things were upside down, some things were right side up, and I was trying to get it so that it wouldn't be too much motion moving everything, but you could get a good idea. This is a sangria paper, or I don't know if that's a color or if it's the paper pack. So here's where you can find me, and look forward to seeing some of these layouts done. Have a great day.